Hello there, Only One Kenobi here, Only One. Now recently I went to a brand new comic store which is in Birkenhead in the Pyramids, which is a shopping centre. And you might remember last year I went to the opening of a place called Geeky Toys, which was a toy comic shop not far from where I live actually. It was like a unit outlet. And it wasn't only a company called Geeky Toys, it was Starbase 55, so those two guys kind of were together, sort of trading together in the same place. Now there's this new unit that opened, and sadly I couldn't go to the grand opening because I was ill. This is not long ago really, but they have a new unit in the Pyramid, so I went to the Pyramid shopping centre and I got a few little pictures of my little trip. This was a couple of days ago, and I actually bought something as well, so stay tuned. I'll show you what that is in a minute. But yeah, just a few images here. The ironic thing is when I walk in places like this, there's never anything I need for Star Wars, for TVC, because, you know, I have everything, or I'm expecting it, including this wave here, which I recently reviewed. So that's that, but it's still, as ever, with like the previous unit for Geeky Toys, which was attached to the old Champion Spark Plugs factory, they had lots of other old figures as well for 3 3/4 inch and 6 inch. They've got lots of Black Series in there, but they had some 3 3/4 inch relics, legacy collection, that kind of thing. But the thing that caught my eye, and I don't know if I'm going to get into collecting this, but I wouldn't mind buying the stuff that they've got for Alien. I presume the scale is 6 inch. And they had lots of Back to the Future stuff as well. I'm just sort of, but I like the look of it, and I wouldn't mind getting hold of. There's a couple I like the look of. They've got the dog alien or the runner alien from Alien 3. You've got some aliens from Aliens. Really good looking store. Same as their other store, but bigger. Much better in a shopping precinct as well, with passing trade. Lovely selection of t-shirts available. Great figures. As I say, I like the scale of the 6 inch scale. Not for me for Star Wars. However, when I like the look of some of these other things like the Alien line. These Ultimate Editions are fantastic. They didn't have one in stock, but I really want to get the Ultimate Edition Alien from 1979. That Xenomorph looks fantastic. I think you also get an egg with it, and also a face hugger, maybe a chest burster too. But when I was in there, I thought it would be nice to pick up something. So this caught my eye. I've never been into, Thunderbirds or anything like that. But when I was a kid, 94 it was, I was 13 years old, I turned on Captain Scarlet, ready to laugh at it. You know, I thought it was going to be rubbish. Because as I said, I've never been into things like Thunderbirds and stuff. 5, 4. But I loved Captain Scarlet when I watched that. It was on TV, BBC Two maybe, and I think it was 1994. And, you know, when you subsequently read into Captain Scarlet, you know that, or you find out that it was actually made for a more adult audience. There's a lot of dark tales in Captain Scarlet. There's a lot of murder. There's savage murder. And the marionettes look a little bit more humanistic, or human, real. They were made more to scale, proportion, whereas I think the other ones were slightly more animated, bigger heads and stuff like that. I'm talking about Stingray. Never seen Stingray, never seen Thunderbirds in my life, but Captain Scarlet, I really got into it. Brilliant. I loved all the other characters as well. Captain Black, obviously. Magenta, I think it was. Blue, obviously Captain Blue's a big character in it. Colonel White, beg your pardon. Who's Green? What was he? Lieutenant Green, was it? Anyway. So, the figure looked fantastic. I did actually have a little bit of a rewatch of some Captain Scarlets back in, I think it was early 2023. And I did look on eBay to see what was available in the 3 3/4 inch line. And the figures were those ones with those, those metal pin ball joint types. A bit like, I seem to remember the A-Team figures being like that in the 80s. But this figure really impressed me because look at it. It's really good. The facial sculpt is excellent. I like the fact that there's no joints on it really. I want to Easter egg him somewhere. I've already broken it, I was on the phone to my mate earlier, planning to go and watch this football game later, which hasn't happened yet at the time of filming this video. And for whatever reason, this was on the floor in my hall. I must have knocked it off the side table and I've broken it. Look at that. The guy who sold it to me, James, in the shop, he said, oh, you'd never want to take it off the card, would you? And I said to him, well, I'll tell you something, man. I'm actually planning on opening that. I'd be very interested in opening it. And I'm going to do that now for you. £15 it cost me. I still haven't looked on eBay to see if that's there's anything more competitive to that. But, you know, whilst I was in there, support your local shop. And it's great. So all the best to them in that new location. But that is a nice card back, actually. But that's the only one you can get of this, of Captain Scarlet. The other ones are, what is it now? Yeah, so you go Stingray there, Troy Tempest, Scott Tracy from the Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet. And then you've got Space 1999, UFO, Joe McClane from, I don't know any of this stuff, sorry. Well, I knew some of them. I've heard of Space 1999. That's where the Millennium Falcon came from. The name for that came from, wasn't it? But Captain Scarlet looks pretty darn good. And in 3 3/4 inch scale, I'm having a bit of that. Still haven't opened my Ghostbuster stuff. I mean, I bought this a while ago to kind of include it or just to review it with regards my, you know, my respect for Ghostbusters. I loved that film. I watched it on the plane back from America in the summer, last summer. And I did get the figures as well. What have I done with them now? Here they are. Now, I didn't realise this when I opened this. I think I might have done it on camera. Hang on. Oh, easy. No, I thought it was a Velcro. No. I'll deal with that and I'll open it another time. But you can see it opens up like a book and you can see the figures inside. But let's just stick on target with this. So first of all, go and check out that store if you are local to this area. And now I think it's time to open Captain Scarlet, man. And where am I going to put him? I just love it, man. I'm going to Easter egg him somewhere. I'm thinking the cantina. That'll be awesome. The cantina, when that comes, which is going to be, God, when will that be? I'm guessing it'll be the end of this year, 2025. All of this is going to change. This is all going to be New Hope. At the minute, we've got a few New Hope things, but some of the shelves I've taken up with other dioramas. You know, Return of the Jedi there, Mandalorian here. This is all going to be dedicated to a New Hope. All my cantina stuff is just on this one shelf here, all crowded together. It's a nice array of figures, but, you know, a bit of an eclectic mix. And I have Easter egged a few things in, like the Donkey Kong machine there. I did have Scott Hall in there, the wrestler Scott Hall in 3 3/4 inch scale, but he seems to have moved. He'll be somewhere else. But for now, I think it would just be funny to get him in the cantina, Captain Scarlet. He's a great character, absolutely brilliant, amazing powers as well. Immortal or whatever he is. You can't kill him, which is pretty cool, isn't it? Or you can kill him, but then he comes back. Let's do this. How the hell am I going to get this open? Spectrum Agent, indeed. Right. It's going to go down the card. Well, that opened up well enough. I might keep that card back. It's nice. And here is this figure. You get a little pistol as well. It's very reminiscent. That pistol there reminds me very much of, I'm not into Star Trek, but those Star Trek figures I bought, which were 3 3/4 inch scale. Where the hell have I put those figures now? They're somewhere. I think I put them. Oh yeah, I think they're in there now. You see the Star Tours, Star Speeder. I love it. Put stuff like that in. Why not? Fill it out with civilians. And they're outsiders to the franchise. Oh wow, he comes with a stand as well. How about that? Oh, I like that. Let's get him out. Oh, he articulates, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. He's got classic 5 POA. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, that sounds like bloody... What do you call it now? It's that Thunderbirds. Anyway, brilliant. Let's get his gun out, eh? I like the way they've all got English accents as well. Not that I've got anything against American accents in these things, but it's a British thing, isn't it? I thought it was an American thing. Marionation, Super Marionation, isn't it? The Marionette Company? I don't know. I'm a bit of a novice to it all. Does that fit in okay? That's all right. That's pretty cool, man. I love it. That's perfect. I'm going to compare him with the 3 3/4 inch character of some sort. Let's see who we can put him with. Oh, just because he's close to hand, we've got Obi-Wan Kenobi there. General Madine. Similar. It'd be good if they made some other figures of this. I'm going to keep my eye on it and see what they have. I like that, folks. Great figure. Doesn't do much. Articulation is very simple, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't do much with my own articulation. I opened a figure yesterday. It just looks so good in a simple pose. I'm just gonna, you know, super articulation just means you've got that, you know, option of putting it in any pose you want. But really, an iconic character like this, you just want him standing like that. Give you a close look at that facial detail. Yeah, that looks like him. And as I say, those other figures I saw on eBay just looked a little bit, I mean, they were all secondhand anyway. They were battered and paint scratched. Oh, a bit more detail there on his blaster. That's pretty cool. And there's the Spectrum logo there. Very good. These things light up as well, I'm sure, when somebody calls them something. Isn't that right? Spectrum is green. And the theme tune is incredible for Captain Scarlet. I love it. There's two versions. There's the one that goes, Captain Scarlet. And then there's the other one with the full vocals. Captain Scarlet. He's the one who knows the Mr. Game. It's harmonised. There's another Star Speeder down there, which I put, there's a bit of a mess in here, by the way. Figures in. I won't be able to put him in because you can't sit him down. He doesn't articulate his legs, unfortunately. But I'll have him stood in the cantina. Should we put him there now? Let's get him in here, folks, and we'll end on that. So thank you, James, for having me yesterday in your store. I just was obviously there as a member of the public, but still, it was good to see you again. Congratulations with the whole shop and everything. It looks pretty good. It was very busy when I went in as well, which is excellent. And there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Should we just get him subtly in the back there next to Anthony Daniels' character? That works all right, doesn't it? I love it. I love that. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put the Ghostbusters, but still, I like the way I've got him fitted in there. That's really funny. All right, folks, thank you for joining me for that one. A bit of a random one, but still, it's all relative. 3 3/4 inch, baby. Love it. Thank you for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi, Only One. Out.